Here's another example where it pays off to rewrite our function in the form of an exponent. And that's going to be the power over the root. Now it's a little bit easier to see our inner function. So our inner function is x to the third plus 2x. And our outer function, f of u, is going to be u to the 2/5. So f prime of u, 2/5 u to the negative 3/5. So f prime of u can be rewritten as 2/5. Put our inner function back in here. U prime can be written as 3x squared plus 2. So our f prime of u times u prime is going to be f prime of u, 2/5, to the negative 3/5 power, times u prime. And again, we can leave that just as it is. Here's another one where it pays to rewrite the function. So negative 5 times, that's 2x plus 3 to the negative 3 power. Our inner function u is going to be 2x plus 3. And our outer function f of u is going to be negative 5u to the negative 3 power. And the derivative of that is 15u to the negative 4th, which we can write in terms of x as 15 times 2x plus 3 to the negative 4th power. Our u prime is just 2. So our f prime of u times u prime, which is y prime, is going to be 15, our inner function to the negative 4, times 2, and we'll leave it like that. Now we will see problems where our chain rule gets combined with the product rule or the quotient rule. We've already seen it combined with the power rule, so we bring multiple rules into play. So let's rewrite this function. This is x to the third 2 minus x squared to the 1/2. So now we have a product of a factor times a second factor that we're going to use the chain rule on. So let's take a look first at this piece. Okay, so that f of u and u, let's start with u, that's going to be 2 minus x squared, and f of u is going to be u to the 1/2. F prime of u is 1/2 u to the negative 1/2. And that equals 1/2 2 minus x squared, because that's u, to the negative 1/2. And over here, u prime is going to be negative 2x. So now what is d dx of 2 minus x squared to the 1/2? Our second factor, well, that's going to be f prime of u, which is 1/2 times u prime, which is negative 2x. So simplified. And finally, we're going to put all this together using the product rule. So we're going to take the first factor, x to the third, multiply that by the derivative of the second factor. Well, we found that here. Then we're going to add that to the second factor. Over here, the second factor, times the derivative of the first factor. The derivative of x to the third is 3x squared. So that's going to be negative x to the fourth we don't have to simplify this, but we'll leave it as is here. And there you have it. Now let's take a look at a problem that uses both the chain rule and the quotient rule. So we're first going to look at our chain rule. So that's u is going to be 2x plus 5 over 3x minus 2. And our f of u is going to be u squared. So f prime of u is going to be 2u, which is equal to 2 times 2x plus 5 over 3x minus 2. Now we have to find u prime. Well, u prime is going to use the quotient rule. So we put the denominator of our function on top and bottom and square the bottom times the derivative of the top minus the top times the derivative of the bottom. So that's going to be 6x minus 4 minus 6x minus 15, all over 3x minus 2 squared. So that's going to be negative 19 over 3x minus 2 squared. Now let's put all this together. So y prime, remember, is f prime of u times u prime. So that's going to be f prime of u, 2 times 2x plus 5 over 3x minus 2 times u prime, which is negative 19 over and that's our answer. One more example. In this last example, we're going to see a function that is a composition of 3 functions. So it goes multiple levels, not just 2 levels deep, but 3 levels deep. So you can see it maybe if we rewrite the function like this. And if we consider y as a function of f, which is a function of u, which is a function of v, then we can say that our inner function, most inner function, v, is 3x. Our next inner function, our u of v is cosine of v. So u is cosine of v. And then our most outer function, f of u, is going to be u to the 4th. So in this example, we're going to take, to find y prime, we're going to say f prime of u times u prime of v times v prime. So let's find those. F prime of u is 4u to the 3rd power. And u is cosine of v, so that's 4 cosine of v to the third power, and v is 3x. So that's going to be 4 cosine 3x to the third. Now v prime, that's easy enough. That's 3. And u prime is going to be negative sine v, which is negative sine of 3x. Now let's put it all together. So f prime of u is 4 cosine 3x to the third power times u prime of v, that's negative sine 3x, times v prime, which is 3. And let's put the negative out here. And that's it for today.